Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This is, I believe, very important as for those who go to college, you begin your post-college life, or just, in general. We all try to find ways to reduce stress in our lives, no matter what, and kind of reduce anxiety and whatnot. So for those who have, been into the working force, either just joined or they've been in there for a number of years, we all know about how bad the commute is. And for those commute going through rush hour both in the morning and at night, basically if you live in a more city type of area, you're going to run into traffic, and basically they call it rush hour. So basically it's most of the folks who do like a 9 to 5 job, and then they have to go through rush hour because everybody else is going at the same time. So in a lot of cases, you may be stuck in traffic anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half because of how big the city is, depending on the weather or depending on, if there's an accident or whatnot. So me being in the workforce for a few years now, tip that I have for everybody just joining or looking to switch jobs is to make sure that you choose somewhere to live really, really close by to your work, if possible, if you have the opportunity. Because if you do, I'm telling you, it's going to reduce the stress and then add more time in your life to be able to use that time for other areas that you want to, work on, improve on, or whatever. Because when you're sitting in traffic, basically you are wasting time. And yes, you can listen to the radio, you can, listen to a podcast, listen to a book, you can maximize the time. But in essence, you are just wasting time sitting in traffic. And for depending on a number of how many years you do it, if you're sitting in traffic 2 hours a day during the week, it does add up. So for the last 4 years, my drive to work has literally been 3 minutes, and it's worked out a little bit of luck, but because I made a point to live really close to where I work. And I've had the chance to, live a little bit farther because maybe the area is a little bit more happening or it's a little bit more crowded. So maybe like, it's more of a fun area to live in. But, I realized that how often do I go out during the week? Not that much anymore. So Monday through Friday, if you're not going to be going out that much, then why deal with rush hour traffic when you can literally have a 3 to 5 minute drive and then, come home for lunch, or if you're not feeling well, or if the weather is not that good, you know that you don't have to long, drive back. Because when you have to go through rush hour traffic or commute, a lot of times you're thinking about it, especially towards the end of the day. You're like, hey, you may be already tired or you've been having a bad day. Then now, plus you need to, that you're going to go through rush hour traffic, dealing with all these people you don't want to deal with, bad drivers, and if the weather is bad, all these factors that play in, it just adds unnecessary stress. So there's a really good quote. I mean, I don't know who came up with it. I think everyone kind of uses it to whatever, how it pertains to them. But the quote is something like, control the controllables. So anything that you can control in your life, just make sure that you're doing it for your, in which you feel very comfortable, for your best interest, and control the controllables. So you're choosing where to live. Like, you don't need to live very far away from your work. For the most part, like I said, depending on the job, and depending on the city, and especially if you're within the city, then you have to talk about price and whatnot. But for the most part, you can choose and find an opportunity to live closer to your work if you put a little bit more thought and energy into it. So for those who are just getting out of college, or for those who have been working and they realize that they're just exhausted at the end of the day, work sometimes can be, depending on what you do, but let's just say in general, work can be tiring. And then on top of that, yes, even though you're sitting in a car, you're technically not moving. But if you're going through rush hour traffic, that will add, that will, make you a little bit more tired. And then along with you just being more stressed And then by the time you get home, after all that, you don't have the motivation or energy sometimes to do anything else. And I'm telling you, because the first year, it was because my place was being built, so I had to have a long commute. But yeah, I went through it, and it is not fun. And I told myself that, I'm going to try to control what I can control, and I'm going to, from here on out, choose somewhere where I don't have a far commute, because I know that it's a waste of time. It's taking out my energy, whereas I could have used that energy and time into something else, and which I've been doing, and then getting a lot more done, and then having the energy and time to do so. So this is a video about a topic that I don't know is as talked about, but I think it is one of the vital areas in which you can greatly, improve your life, potentially your health. I'm not saying it's like a life or death situation, but both, more mentally, but also maybe physically too, because like I said, for those who have to go through a lot of rush hour traffic, that sometimes when they get home and they're super tired, they don't even feel like going to work out. So yeah, it could potentially affect you physically as well. But this is a little bit more mentally, because when you're stressed out, it is harder to get more accomplished, or to get more things accomplished. And why have that unnecessary stress? So like I said, control the controllables. And what I suggest to you, and for anyone to do or advise other people, is to live as close as you can to your work, because you will be a lot more happy, reduce a lot more stress, not having to deal with the bad drivers that exist today. And then just mentally, you can think about other things that are worth putting time and energy into. So guys, let me know your thoughts and your experience, and let me know if you have any questions. So with that, please like the video, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.